Hello, this is Lynn Matajan from Matajan's Herbals, and we're here with another wisdom from Gran. And we had we switched horses in midstream here. Today I was going to do some candle making, and the idea was to make a Christmas candle because I have an artificial tree, and so my house doesn't smell like Christmas tree. And I was going to make a candle that would smell like a Christmas tree. Unfortunately, the candle I wanted to make was a jar candle, which would have been, like a pint-sized jar. Um, I don't have wicks for that size jar. I have wicks for um, votives and for tea lights. So I ran to Michael's and found out that they are all out of wicks. And so I ran to Joann's Fabrics and found that they don't carry candle supplies at all. Now, frugal tip for today is that if you are still thinking of doing some crafting kinds of things, if you remember, we did the blessing balls and the protection balls. Right now, Joann's Fabrics has those ornaments on sale for 50% off. So now would be a good time to go get it if that's something that you are interested in making. Now, what we're going to end up making tonight is a reed diffuser. Same kind of thing in that it's going to make the house smell nicely. There'll be no fire involved, so it'll be 24/7. You can go to the Goodwill and get some cute little glasses or glass containers, or you can go someplace and buy more expensive ones, but all it needs to be is a fully enclosed glass container with an opening on top. Now, if you go and buy a kit, number one, it's going to be more expensive. Number two, they will probably give you the oil mixture. Now, what they use is DPG, which is a chemical that I can never remember. It's about this long word. And it's the chemical that is frequently used for incense. I can smell the DPG over the fragrance that you put in the incense and in the reed diffuser oil, so I like making my own. Now, if you go to Costco, you can get vegetable oil or canola oil. Usually they come in a 2-pack that is this big. This is the one of the 2-pack, and it's like $8. Now, I use this for a lot of things that have nothing to do with cooking. I use it in my reed diffuser oil. I use it for lamp oil here in my house. I have oil lamps here, so that if it is, if we have a power outage, then I've got light. This works as well as the lamp oil at a fraction of the price. So this is what I use. And I was looking actually behind me because I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little sign that says "Witches Welcome," and right behind that is a lamp, is an oil lamp. Then there's one on the other side, and there's one behind the camera, and there's two over here on this side. I've got a lot of lamp oils. I don't like the dark. And so it makes a whole lot of sense to me to buy this kind of oil to use for for my lamp oil than my oil lamps, rather than the more expensive stuff. Also, just as an FYI, you can use used cooking oil. It doesn't need to be clean and fresh. You can use the stuff that was in your deep fryer. So every other year, and it'll be next year, I make 2 turkeys, and one of them I cook in, I deep fry. So I roast a turkey and I deep fry a turkey. Well, I only use that deep that turkey deep fryer once a year. And so I go ahead and I strain the oil out and put it back in the container that it came in, and then it's put aside to use for lamp oil if I need it at some point. I could also use it in my smaller deep fryer, but I haven't done that. I've just always put it aside for that. So what we're going to do is I've got this nice little bottle, and I've got some tiny rocks that are like for aquariums. This is going to go into a new bag because I can't get it open. All right, now I'm putting the rocks in the bottom, and the reason I'm doing that is to add a little bit more weight so it's not tippy. Now, not all of these are the right size, and so we need to put the smaller ones in there. So this will help it not tip over. It will also have the, it will hold the reeds in place a little bit better. And it gives you something to look at as well, so it doesn't look just like a bottle of water. Now you can get these rocks anywhere. You can actually pick them up off the ground yourself, or you can get them at a craft store. I've got some that are that little, but not a whole lot. But the ones that I have generally are more colorful than these. Now what you're going to do is take a quarter cup, which is 2 ounces, of the oil, and pour it in. Then you're going to take 2 tablespoons of vodka, and pour that in. Now what the vodka does is it preserves the oil so that the oil doesn't spoil and get rancid. Because if it gets rancid, then that's going to affect the smell that you've got going. Now we're going to put the smell good in it. You can use perfumes. You can use perfume oils. I tend to like using essential oils for a couple of reasons. Number one is they're not chemical, and number two is all oils have medicinal properties. Some of them are emotional benefits. Some of them are actual physical benefits, but you get something out of it beyond just the smell good. Now, because I have an artificial tree, I wanted to use a tree fragrance to put in here. So I went looking at what I have here at home, and I have spruce, I have pine, I have cypress, and I pulled out Clary sage as well. And so I smelled them all, and I think what I am going to do is actually go with the spruce, because that's the smell that I liked best today of these. Now, the benefits of spruce, and actually the benefits of any tree, so pine, spruce, cypress, cedar, it all works on your lungs. And so if you've got a cold, or if you suffer from bronchitis or asthma, the trees will help you breathe easier. Cypress also works in letting go of things that are no longer serving you. Spruce energizes your mind. It's good for grounding, and it helps develop your intuition. Pine works on physical pain, for arthritis and muscle pain, and also for skin conditions. If you are looking for something calming and relaxing, you could use uh, lavender, or you could use cedar, because cedar does the same thing. Chamomile does too, but chamomile is a pretty spendy oil to just put into a diffuser. Um, these that I'm pulled out right now sell at the shop for $5. So there's you're not breaking the bank for that. If you want a mood elevator, you would use rose. If you want, um, again, something to energize you, you maybe would do a combination of peppermint and orange. If you, what else can we talk about quickly? If you want to make your house smell amazingly clean, you could use grapefruit or lemon. Grapefruit also encourages conversation, and um, and lemon is an antimicrobial, so it will kill germs in the air. So if you've got somebody bringing colds home all the time, doing a combination of tea tree and lemon is going to help you not share the colds with everybody else. So I decided that I'm going to use a combination of spruce and clary sage. Now, clary sage reduces stress. It's an anti-anxiety and it's an antidepressant. And that just sounded to me like that would be a good thing to put in this diffuser as we move into the last of the 2020 holidays. So, as I look for the spruce, because I can't seem to, well, I have this, oh, there it is. Okay, it's behind the bottle. So you're going to put about 10 drops. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Oh, I can smell it already, and I don't even have the reeds in there. And in the clary sage, I'm going to put about 5 drops. Whoops, well, not that one because it's empty. So there's the 5 drops of the clary sage. Now, as the holidays get closer and the deadlines get closer, I may decide I need to put more clary sage in here, and that's going to be fine. That's not a problem. You go ahead and put your reeds in the rocks. I put 5 in, and what's going to happen is the reed is going to suck the oil and the essential oils up into them, and it is going to diffuse out of the sides. Now, if you want to do something fun, you can put some vegetable dye in here, and the reeds will pick up some of that vegetable dye, just like if you did this with carnations when you were a kid. Then you've got it'll have some more artistic reeds. When you get to the point of not smelling it anymore, turn your reeds upside down and put them back in, and because that will start the whole process over again. It is, but do remember that at some point, when you smell everything on a daily basis, your nose is going to go a little bit nose blind, and you'll get the benefits from it. And people that come into your house will go ahead and smell the the fragrance, but you might not. When I go into the shop, I know people always say, "Oh wow, I like the smell of the store," and it smells to me just like the outside. I don't smell anything in there unless we've made a brand new incense that we've never made before, and then that one smell will break through all the others for a couple of days, and then it goes away as well. So, very nice, very inexpensive gift to give to somebody. What you could do is even give them the pieces rather than the whole thing, because making it and transporting it with an open top might be difficult. But if you put them in little bottles, this would be a good thing to use, like if you have medicine pill bottles that you save, or your vitamin bottles. Sometimes I have a hard time throwing those away because it's like, I'm sure I can use them for something. And making the mix of the oil and then giving them the bottle and the reeds allows them to assemble it, and but still makes a real nice gift. Next week, Monday, is the solstice. So I'm not going to do a wisdom from Gran. I am going to do a solstice ritual, and that will be at 7 o'clock. Please, I don't know what happened with the computer, but it changed the time. And so the solstice will not be at 3, it will be at 7. And and if all goes well, I'm going to go do the Snohomish solstice walk. So if you'd like to join me there, that'd be fun. And or join me later on in the evening here on live for the solstice ritual. You need to have either a white or a yellow candle to welcome back the sun. And I look forward to seeing you then. So this is a quick class tonight. Have a wonderful weekend and a good rest of the week. Take care.